What's up YouTube, Dal here from Zeph War Games, and today I'm bringing you Rob's local first place BA profile. As you can tell, it's already got a spicy little tech in it, and it works really well. Like, I watch these games and I've also got the duels that I'll be showing you throughout the week as well. Works really well. It's nice to see BAs with a little bit of spice to it, and actually taking on a lot of heavy decks. So it was a rogue tournament again. There was scrap dinos. He also took on, I think it was like counter fairies or Necrozlock, and then it also took on Yangtze Metaphos, which was a very interesting game actually, which you'll see as it comes up. Anyway, with all of that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more upcoming content. Now let's dive headfirst into the profile. He also told me that I had to use his JoJo inspired Dante mat. I'll show you the full mat at the end. So of course we go with the best card around, which is Triple Tour Guide of the Underworld. Nice and easy, pretty much standard what it is. Normal summon, get your BA from the deck, make either your Link 2 or make your Dante, however basic you want to be, and go from there. Then of course you've got triple Skarm, you know, end phase Skarm, whoever forgets that every single time. You always got to remember that. There is a nice little combo involving stuff like Tour Guides and Dante, and I'll show you that when we get to the extra deck of kind of how I kind of witnessed Rob operate that. Then got Triple Farfar. Obviously, I really like this card. I think it's, even if you don't play it in BA and you play it as like an engine to be dropped off of Beatrice, it's such a kind of cool card to deal with any issue decks or any kind of issue cards specifically that are building up to something. It kind of makes Beatrice as another form of disruption, especially when you've used the combo to get into IP Masquerena as well. For some reason he's got Barbar first, but he's got the one Barbar. Now this is basically like Cowboy for game. The amount of people that forget about this card, and then it's like time's coming up and in the main phase you drop this, burn for the 900 and you're good to go. So it is a game winner as what it is. And then of course the Mac Daddies are now all back at 3. I'm really disappointed he's got mixed rarities, but we'll get on that later. Triple Seer, obviously the kind of combo that we've got right now is you want a way to get to Graf. Graf will summon Seer from the deck, and then obviously Seer into Dante. Dante goes to the graveyard and he uses stuff like, I think it's Gravity Controller, if I got the name correct. But Gravity Controller sends Dante to the graveyard, and then you trigger the effects off of the back of that, because then that's at the base minimum of what you can do. Is Seer can then bring back Dante, Dante can add back Seer, and then straight away you can just discard and go into Beatrice. So if your hand has become bad, that is an option that you have. And then finally, of course, we've got the one Livic, and I'm pretty sure he plays Calcab as well. Yeah, so we've got the one Calcab and the one Alec as well. I never really saw Alec come up for his matchups, but definitely Livic and Calcab put a bit of work in and got you going that way. Triple Fiendish Rhino, obviously pretty standard on this one as it works. Protects all of your BAs from nuking themselves, but also is a additional Foolish Burial when he goes to the graveyard. Another card that I really like for a long time is Backjack. In this deck it works really nicely because he does play a heavy trap lineup. The only disappointment that I have with this deck is it doesn't play Fire Lake. I really liked Fire Lake back in the day, but of course times change, I understand that. He only plays 4 spells, and the 4 spells are of course Triple Mask Change 2 and the one Foolish Burial. Now the Mask Change 2 is pretty self-explanatory, but the idea is that whether you set this and discard a card, or whether you set it up during your turn as an aggression push in the battle phase, the idea is you discard a card, Mask Change 2 turns into Darklaw. Now obviously if you trigger any BA effects off of the back of that Darklaw transformation, as long as you've got a Cherubini to protect, or if you've got a Fiendish Warrior Rhino on the board to protect, you just end up gaining more resource, and then that allows you to push into like your access code or your Link 4s during the main phase 2 as well. Then of course for the track cards we've got Triple Fiend Griefing, and then going a bit retro we do have of course Triple Karma Cart. Again, Karma Cart's a really cool card. I really like this back in the day because you discard one card to select. That's how old this kind of card is. So you basically target a face-up monster your opponent controls and remove it from play. Then you get to remove from play any card or cards in your opponent's graveyard with the same name. So this is really good if your opponent's like filling up their graveyard. So you look at stuff like Odatics. If they were to bring back, yes they can recycle them, but if they bring back any of their stakes and then you flip a Karma Cart on them, they're going to lose all their resource in the grave as well, which is really nice. Imperm, you know, shut off columns, shut off stuff like windows, anything like that to allow you to keep going. And then of course Dynamiscus, just another way to target and banish. Now it's very rare, but sometimes you could technically bring this back. I don't think I've ever seen Rob do it, but you kind of do have the ability to trigger a trap, bring this back, and then you've just, within reason, for specific monsters, you've got free Link fodder, which is really kind of cool. Moving on to the extra deck, of course, we do have the one Spicy Masked Hero Darklaw. And then for the Link monsters, yeah, we'll do Link monsters first. So like I said, you've got the one Gravity Controller. The idea is you turn Dante into Gravity Controller and then you trigger off Dante's effect and whatever material is left with Dante as well. Then you move into your Link 2s. And of course, you've got your Cherubini. Remember, Aiden, it sends as cost. You can't ash it. So that is a lesson learnt. Because it sends as cost, your opponent could not ash your Cherubini. But also keep in mind as well that the monsters it points to can't be destroyed by card effect. And if they would, you can use Cherubini to send and protect himself, which will then protect the other two as well. Then, of course, you've also got your IP Masquerena and you've got your Nightmare packages. So you've got your Masquerena leading into your Phoenix, which can also lead more times than not into your Unicorn. And then you're basically being able to use Beatrice effect to send, so Farfar as a banish, for example. IP Masquerena using the Beatrice to go into a Unicorn or a Phoenix, whatever brings you more of a threat. I'll also show you the one that he went into today, which I thought was pretty cool. Then for the other Link 3s, we've got the Topologic Trispania. We've got the Unchained Abomination, just constantly pop destruction, which is really kind of cool. And then, of course, Zeroboros, which I think is just a little spicy alternative to play around with. Access Code is your common power play, so obviously if you've got it, great. If you don't, this is where you fall back on the other ones. But Access Code is just so good because you go into Unicorn, trigger the Unicorn, and off you go. The one thing about the Topologics is the idea behind this is if you've got like a Graph or you've got a Seer that are unaffected or negated, you use it as link fodder to go into one of these and then use their effects to special to trigger their effects straight away. So that's how you can kind of clear boards off. The last card of the Link monsters is the Underworld of the Goddess Closed World. I actually saw this get resolved today, so I really like this card. Always rated it. And it's only like a £15 to £20 card. So definitely worth owning at least one copy of this card because you never know when it might come up. And then finishing off, of course, we do have the two Dante. So this is your Mac Daddy, this is your core card, escaping that ban list all the way back from like look at this, Megatin 2015. He's like 2014, this guy's just been dodging those ban lists. And then of course you've got the, you know, Beatrice. Like this guy was around since 2014. I'm pretty sure we got Beatrice in like 2016 and she was hit so much quicker than Dante. And then the final one is Dante Pilgrim of the Burning Abyss. Purely because off of the back of this, the idea is that if your opponent does get rid of your Beatrice or destroy it, you get to go into Pilgrim. Probably very rare that it pops up because people now know not to do that. But if they don't know that or they do forget that, then you get a free Pilgrim, which is always going to be pretty cool as well. I'm disappointed there's no Virgil, but that's just me. Then we go for the side deck as well. So the side deck is pretty standard on this one. So you've got your Artifact Lanciers, so Dinos, Drytrons, heck, even Phantom Knights and Tri-Brigades. DD Crows, again, Tri-Brigades, Drytrons, heck, even Phantom Knights. You kind of pretty much cover the bases on this, and it's also very good to like DD Crow the Mist before they can even use it. Godalas for bird ups. You don't want to be stuck under a barrier statue. You're not really going anywhere. Two Cosmics and a Harpy's Feather Duster for all the back row hate. And then, of course, triple evenly matched, just to kind of clear board off and off you go. So you pretty much cover all aspects that you need to with this. Something that you might want to check out, or that I know he uses in the Shaddoll, is possibly like Super Poly. But to be totally honest, once you've built your board, it's very hard for your opponent to break it because Burning Abyss just floats so well. And obviously, any deck that floats on a consistent level, especially on the level of Burning Abyss, is always going to be a pain in the backside to kind of deal with. And that's kind of how it ultimately worked today. So, as absolutely always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. I will also try and bring you as many of the duels that I captured. I think I ended up getting BA Dinos, BA Yangzing Metphos, and Dino Shinobirds. So, a bit of a really random matchups for you to see, but you can kind of go from there. But, as absolutely always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, as absolutely always, stay safe and happy dueling.